gentlemen, first leg is Dennis to throw first. Game on.
Not a good start there from Dennis.
Well, Dozzer's got the range. He should have. He's been up there enough today, hasn't he?
He has been.
140.
I think he's finding the board up there to his liking today.
60.
And Dennis is finding his first start is dropping well low. And we're just waiting for this to start. I like this final.
Steady start, as we predicted.
Obviously a longer format as well, because it's the best of 11 now for the men as well.
Yeah, first to 6.
58.
As is the first round of the World Darts Trophy that's coming to you in a couple of weeks, live on Eurosport from Manchester, the Event City. I think there are 1 or 2 tickets still left.
Yeah, I do believe they're doing some deals on the tickets as well, aren't they? For the
They are doing some ticket deals, so give them a call. We'd love to see you there.
And obviously it's the second World Trophy that BDO events have hosted, so it should be bigger and better than the first one.
Yeah, the last one was in Blackpool last year and went relatively well, I think, for the first one. So looking to build on that. Change of venue for this year, Event City in Manchester. So I know I'm really looking forward to it.
Yep, I think you take on David Cameron, second game on the Friday evening, or second to last game on the Friday evening.
Yep, the draw's been done. I take on Dave Cameron from Canada. But that's that. Let's get back to this one.
119.
Good setup there by Glen Durrant. So Glenn coming back for double 12 to break in the first leg.
Yes, that's been shot.
Glenn with the first leg.
So, first love to Durrant.
Go first. Game on.
Picked up nicely there with the last dart. Best time for Dennis to break here would be straight back.
95.
The thing with Dennis is you know what you're going to get. It's going to be a hard game. He's not going to give you a game. You're going to have to go out and win the game.
Yeah, definitely will. Definitely do with him.
100.
Anthony Dundas there, our referee. Shot of him in his purple suit. Those who follow Anthony on social media will know his purple shoes arrived on Thursday, just in time for this Scottish Open. He had his purple suit dry cleaned this week, and
70.
there was a slight bit of damage for it from the menders. So he's from the dry cleaner, so he's had to take it to the menders to be repaired, and unfortunately he's managed to get the purple suit done in time.
Well, I think his nan's going to buy him another one, according to reports on social media as well. Slightly brighter, I think.
The shoes are very strange. I mean, purple shoes are one thing. I have seen an orange pair, so I mustn't comment too much. I have seen an orange pair on a certain referee, little Richard Ashdown, when we were
45.
at the Zyderdown Masters, I believe, with the Dutch crowd. So I think that went down well there.
As we all know, with little Richard, he can go and get the kids' ones because he has got small feet.
Well, you said that, not me. He has to write stats about us. I wouldn't do that to him.
140.
Good dance there from Glen.
So a 140 there from Glen, leaving him 84 after 12. Not too shabby. Where I come from, that. Dennis still needs to find his range a little bit. He seems to be doing so now.
100.
So I don't think we see Glen go for the bullseye this time. I think he's got loads of time, so I think he just set it up if he misses the treble. And leaves his favourite double 16.
Dennis will look to pressure that now. Making a big hole in this 191 just in case he gets back, but let's be honest, Duzzer has been absolutely fantastic on that double 16. Not wishing to give him commentator's curse, because obviously he can't hear me, but he's been deadly on it.
Should just be able to slide it down off the barrels there.
Yes, that's game shot. On the second leg, Glen Durrant. Third leg, it's Dennis to throw first.
As we can see, Duzzer there tried to jump in. Nice try, Duzzer. Trying to get on with the job. Little rattles Dennis Harbour.
60.
Very quick dart there from Dennis as well, the last one. Not his normal methodical setup.
Just remind ourselves of the two guys' routes to here. Dennis beating Bruce Montgomery in the last 32. Stephen McCluskey, last 16. Colin Feely in the last 8. And of course we saw him beat Madas Razma in his semi-final. Glen's route. Saw him beating David Atstead. I think that's right. Atstead. Sorry.
Last
32. Classic match with James Hurrell in the last 16. Wesley Harms was his victim, 5-0 in the quarterfinals, and of course we saw him turn over Dean Reynolds in semi-final number 2. So that was the guys' routes here, if you weren't with us earlier.
Dennis still shaking his head when that first start. Seems to be dropping very low all the time.
And it's acting as a blocker as well. He's having to move to somewhere where he's not comfortable throwing. He's not used to throwing from there.
No, it's strange as well, because obviously he's got the pair flights as well, which should give him more view of the treble. But he doesn't seem to like going downstairs to the 19s. Seems more comfortable on the treble 20s.
See a totally different throw there, Gary, where he's thrown his first dart a lot higher allowing it, not giving him a blocker and not giving him a problem to be able to follow him with the second two.
Yeah, agree. It seems to be. He seems to consciously throw it higher, slightly harder in the throw. As you say, it gives him something to work down from rather than try and work over.
Dennis should acquire 101.
It sure does. Now Dennis on 101 here. Try and take his first leg of the match. He's got 45 or 57.
It's double 12. If he's got it in. No.
69.
Nice setup there.
He set it up nicely. I agree with that. So now it's 157 for Duzza. Not quite. And a bounce out there as well.
40. Dennis should acquire 32.
It's Dennis going back for 32 in his first leg of the match.
Yes, that's game short. And the third leg, Dennis Harbour. Fourth leg, it's Glen to go first.
I don't think Glen will be too worried about that. He's already got the break, so he knows all he's got to do is win his legs, and he is the Scottish champion.
But it will give him a lift, won't it?
It should give him a lift, but it's going to be,
140.
Glen will just try and extinguish it with his first sort of 6 starts in this leg.
But that was just a little reminder to Dennis to say, you know, the route back is not going to be that easy. I'm coming back at you. This is what I've got.
100.
I think from the form Glen showed in the first semi-final, he's literally saying, you know, I'm going to throw 15 dart legs. If you can't match that and beat me, you're not going to win a leg. Another bounce out there.
39.
Chicken wings. And the chicken on the mash. So Dennis trying to get back into this leg here now. Nice steady turn there. So Glen will be looking now to consolidate here. He's most already hit a treble there because he's staying down. I think Dennis here is going to need at least a 140 now to put the pressure on Glen. So I think Glen with 6 darts from here to take this to 3-1. So down the bottom now to leave double 8. No, back up top.
93.
Sets it up nicely to leave tops to go 3-1.
Sorry about the delay there. I had to sort out my dinner order. While we're on here, obviously the restaurant's closing. But I'm back with you now, and so is Dennis.
140.
Gives himself a
good
chance.
last start there
Does
from
a
Dennis.
miss.
I mean, I know some players that might have gone for the 25 there to leave the 2 dart finish, but I think the treble 20 was the right shot.
Yes, that's game short. Turn the 4th leg. Glen Durrant. 5th leg, it's Dennis to go first. Game on. Again, it just shows what you were saying earlier on about that higher dart for Dennis. If he's getting a 140 when he throws, ton minimum when he throws it higher.
it changes it. It makes it like it's a different game for him. Quite plainly obvious for us to see, but when you're playing, these things you don't realise. So, you know, you should and you could, but sometimes you don't realise it's happening as often as it is.
Yeah, I think you get embroiled in what you're doing, and then it gets harder and harder to change.
140.
Definitely finding his range here, but he knows that he needs to. He can't afford to let Durrant get away.
Not a bounce.
That's always a help. That's always a help. That's a dart on dart out, that one. The second dart took the pace off the third dart, meaning the board. And it just didn't quite hold on. Not an issue with the board, it's just the way it goes sometimes. It just takes the power out of it.
100.
Nice steady leg here from Dennis.
This is what we're more accustomed to seeing with Dennis. Does is coming back.
140. Dennis should acquire 121.
I think you would say with Dennis, he's Mr. Consistency. With his county averages, with his averages for England.
Yeah, he definitely is. And
commentator's curse strikes again.
23.
Spoiled himself a good leg there, because a ton beer from Does or a ton 40, and what should be a leg for Dennis is then clawed back. Surely he's got to move over from
I
there.
think he might go ball. Yeah.
130. Dennis should acquire 98.
So, within an instant, unsailable lead, or what looked to be an unsailable lead in the leg, is turned around.
Double 19.
Double 19 to finish it off.
Oh,
right on the wire.
Glen should acquire 95.
So then, surely this could be the killer blow in this match.
I think we've got a slight mistake with our score. He wants 95. So he's got to go treble 19 to leave double 19. He missed it.
79. Dennis should acquire 16.
So 16 for Harbour then.
Yes, that's Jim Shaw. Down the fifth leg.
I have to say, what a great
dart
dart
there.
that was. Because when you get a dart that's very close together there, you can sometimes bounce off it a little too far. But he didn't use the other dart. He went a little bit higher in the bed and hit the double 16, hit the double 8 to shoot the 16. Fantastic work.
134.
I think Dennis is also, his darts are slightly fatter than a conventional dart. Looks at. I hope he doesn't mind me saying it, but the dart looks very old.
To be honest, it looks like a copper tungsten dart. When they tarnish like that, it's usually an older dart. The darts of today don't tend to tarnish that way, because the copper content is not there anymore. So, yeah, I'd say they are an older dart, and probably an old faithful that Dennis has had for a while, I'd say.
90.
Oh yeah, like an old friend.
It's exactly what you're looking for in a dart. You're looking like you've got an old friend there, and sometimes you need them with you up there on that stage. You need an old friend to help you out.
$55.
Glen back in there for another 180. Again, total game changer, that one.
Well, still only that break is the difference from early doors.
Yeah, it's just the one break, and I think Glen is just now concentrating on his own legs. I think if he puts his mind to it, he can win those legs.
It's exactly what you look to do.
Yes, that's too short. Down the sixth leg.
Great 11 dart leg there.
Seventh leg, it's Dennis to go first. Game on.
Again, I think Dennis's expression said that one. Again, I've thrown it low.
Sure, he's not meaning to throw it low. That's the thing.
No, as you say, it's the extra tension of knowing you've got to throw it well.
60. $100. $46.
Again, a better first start there from Dennis. He's unlucky with that one. And I think he showed us exactly what he felt there.
And will Glenn jump on him?
Looks like he is.
140.
Good stuff and reply from Harbour.
100.
First one of the match. Bit of support for Dennis there in the crowd.
One or two of the Harbour masters in tonight.
96.
Cheering for Dennis Harbour.
Glenn won't be happy about that.
It's been a long day. Some of the guys started playing this morning in the pairs at 10 o'clock. Haven't played all day yesterday.
I think play started yesterday at 10 o'clock and finished around about 9 o'clock yesterday evening. You say back on again at 10 this morning.
Yes, that's Steve Shaw. It's on the seventh play. Dennis Harbour.
And getting on towards 9 o'clock again now.
Game on.
Does her right back on it for the first throw of the eighth leg. Dennis running out of time to break Durrant back.
60.
It's got to be either this leg or the next leg.
Look on his face, a slight over adjustment.
85.
Is he starting to feel it's all getting away from him?
I think he's got to feel he's got to break in this throw. He's got to try and get back into this.
55.
Could that be the slip?
It's a way back in. But he needs a 140 here.
And 180 would be better.
140.
He knew he needed it, and he duly went and got it.
Yeah, I reckon he'll be looking at the 18s next time, Glenn, when he comes back for the 108.
What would another 180 do here? Oh, it's unfortunate there.
If he's blocked, would the 16 not be the good dart here to leave to Shanghai?
But the 100 is enough to pressure the shot. So then, where are we going? 18s usually?
18s, I think, yeah.
Ah.
It's gone 19s. Double 16.
76.
And that would be the reason for going that way.
Yeah, I think there's lots of ways. I think the 108, I think the conventional route is 18s, but I think more people now are going the 19s route. And the same with the 116. I think the 19s is also a good way of going for the 116. Double 18 though.
This is for the breakback.
98. Glen Durrant 32.
These games are won by margins, very fine. Oh, right on the wire. It's another right on the wire. He did this earlier. Will he use those two darts? He clatters into those two darts. It will go
16.
in.
Dennis require 18.
So big chance to break back for Harbour. Surely he can't afford to miss this. Looked at that rather a long time for me, Gary.
Yeah, I think with the pressure darts, he does seem to hold it a little bit longer.
Yes, that's too short. 28 player. Dennis Harbour.
But it works.
Pressure darts, what are you talking about?
Dennis to go first. Game on.
Glenn mentally now will be feeling that he's dominated this game, and Dennis is clawed him back to 4-4.
I think Glenn will be very disappointed with 3 darts in his hand at double 16. He should have hit it. That is the bottom line. And it does look like Dennis has come back from that really well.
He's come back very well.
He's thrown 6 darts and the game's all changed.
As you can see, you still left here to watch this men's final.
60.
Now has the pressure moved on to Glenn?
We've been playing now for 20 minutes, maybe 25, and we're none the wiser. We're 4-4. Still can't separate these two. Durrant coming back.
100.
Seeing more facial expressions from him now.
Do you think Glenn suffered any mental scars from that epic match he had with Martin Adams at Lakeside?
What, the last man from Cambridgeshire that he played, is that what you're saying?
Yep. It came back. Again, Glenn had darts and missed them, and then...
Me personally, I think that's a different situation. I think that Lakeside's a whole different ball game to these. And I don't think there would be mental scars there for Glenn. I wouldn't have thought. I'd have said maybe if he goes back to Lakeside next year and has a close game early doors, then yeah, maybe there may be some mental scars there. I think, personally for me, when I had the Lakeside scars, they stay at Lakeside, rather than being anywhere else, to be honest. There's another 180 here from Harbour, would absolutely leave him 36.
140.
And open the leg, wide open, wide open. Just checking so he doesn't make a mistake on what he
leaves himself.
Needs to leave himself. He's left himself a couple of bogeys.
109.
That's a good pickup.
Finish requires 76.
So 76 to take the lead for the first time in the match. There's the treble 20.
And
there's the big 8. So a chance for Durrant. You have to feel that if he takes this, momentum would be with him in the last leg, but no. Not this time. He goes down to tidy up.
Can't see if that's a treble or not. I don't think it is.
No, it's a big 3. I think that'd have been a treble. He'd have stayed there. So then, 8 for Harbour. Dennis Harbour takes the lead for the first time in the match. But it was just to hold his throw. It's the first time Durrant has been behind.
85.
He now has to hold his throw. An extreme pressure situation.
Very much so. I mean, with Glenn, though, with the experience he's got with England and all these games, it should be interesting to see how he comes out of it.
He'd have also seen this man through before. And that was not what he ordered for right now.
80.
Bit of shoulder in that last one. Somebody calling out there just as Glenn was about to throw. Those are the things that you start to hear now in the game.
$140.
Great mental strength there.
Himself well.
$100.
Harbour was still in touch until these 3.
100.
He now needs a 140.
I think it's looking like a last leg decider.
A 140 here will really throw a cat amongst the pigeons. Bit of shoulder in that one.
100.
It's a great first start.
Just what he needs to keep doing to get back into to win the leg. He's done it consistently there. Hit that treble 20 first start in this leg. That's been the difference.
I think Glenn will be thinking he's got 6 starts from here.
He would think so.
It's double 8.
Double 4.
No score. No, that's
Wow.
a changer. We saw how that affected Fallon.
Wow, 100 here. Changes the complexion of this leg totally. But let's not forget.
You can still finish it and win it here.
Needs the treble 20 with this last dart.
45.
Not that one.
Requires 76.
Double 8 again.
He's hit the treble 20 in exactly the same hole, but he's gone outside first dart.
Yes, that's been short. From the same place.
Inside second dart.
from deciding leg. It's Dennis to go first. Game on.
A little bit of confusion and shake hands or punch hands there, I think.
Yeah, that can happen.
I'm old-fashioned, shake hands to me.
Yeah, I think Dennis came into the new age there and tried to do a bit of a fist pump. Popular with the Dutch. Particularly in pairs after every throw. Whether you score 26 or 180.
85.
So here we are then. We go to a last leg decider. Exactly the same as what happened in the ladies. They don't get no more gripping than this.
$92.
Good cover there from Glen.
A fairly even start, you'd say. When you watch him throw like this, it does look like he's just putting them in.
Yeah, it does. It's just a nice, easy throw. The mechanics are perfect.
180.
Has that changed the complexion of this game? It was a 180 that got him back into that leg that he broke back. And now it's a 180 that's getting him away in this final leg.
Needs a treble.
95.
Needed that last one just to keep him in touch.
And you'd think that Dennis needs a ton here to get away again. Just does a scoring power, he can get back at him. Dennis is going for the jugular here.
$95.
We say in the game a good turn a corner, that one.
Got to find a treble.
Going down to the 19s.
96. Dennis should acquire 141.
I think he's now hoping for a little bit of a waiver now from Dennis.
So the shot's not there.
That was a nervy dart.
It was a nervy dart. Dropped low.
60.
Again, he's turned the corner.
I think if Glen gets a 140, all the pressure.
There's the first. If he gets a 180, huge pressure. Glen's gritting his teeth. He's really trying to force these in.
Dennis should acquire 81.
Well, where are we going? 57, 45.
Yeah, 57. Broom's gone quiet. He's hit the
Double 12.
57. It's double 12 for the title. Nothing silly with the first.
Get in there.
What a game of darts, ladies and gentlemen. What a game of darts. Scottish Open champion Dennis Harbour of Cambridgeshire.
I think he's nearly
He never
crying.
gave up. We said he doesn't give up. We said
No,
he
that's it.
grinds away. He obviously listened to us. What a brilliant game of darts. We've had a ladies' final go 5-4. We've now had the men's final go 6-5. An emotional Dennis Harbour up there on the stage.
2015 Scottish Open Men's Singles Champion, Dennis Harbour.
An emotional champion on stage.
Most probably
I know
Dennis.
what that's all about, I can tell you. I know exactly how he's feeling.
In front of a few more people.